here we are. Welcome to my Monday Live segment, and I want to especially welcome Victor Wooten, who's here with us. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks
Hey,
for
Vic.
having me here, Muriel.
Well, thank you. I called just to wish you a happy birthday, and I said, oh, by the way, I'm doing this Monday Live weekly thing, and here you are. So great.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, did you have a good birthday?
I really did. My
Good.
joy right now is just being home.
Oh,
I've been touring heavy for about 30 years, and yeah, I've been touring and taking gigs and stuff more than I've been really, deciding to be home with family, and that's what I've needed, and that's what they've needed. So this has kind of been a blessing to me to get to spend this much time with my family.
wow. I
Of
think,
course, people are struggling. People are literally dying.
yeah.
I just found out about another aunt of mine who died recently.
Hmm.
Lots going on at this time, but I am doing my best to make the most of it. So on my birthday, Holly and I, my wife and I, we floated down the Harpeth River, did
Yeah.
some rafting, but for the most part, just being home.
Great, great. Well, I've known you since when you first moved to Nashville. I mean,
Yeah,
before anyone knew who Victor Wooten was.
yeah,
And back then, I remember thinking, man, this is a really original, cool, multi-dimensional person. And it was obvious way back then. In fact, my guitar builder at that time, said, "You see that guy behind the counter at the Slice of Life? That's the best bass player you'll ever meet, and he's going to be a big star."
oh wow,
And so that was an easy prediction to make.
I remember that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, very
yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah,
much
I'm glad,
water.
glad we got to meet way back then. It was really
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It was
early
great.
'90s. Yeah.
And it was at your basin nature camps that I really got to connect more with you.
Right.
And I went there just because you had an expert on bird language there. That was what I was interested
Young,
in.
John Young. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's
yeah,
when I really found out about your love for nature and for birds and things like that. It's great.
yeah. Well, the last workshop at your basin nature camp that I went to, well, music and nature camp, it's now expanded.
Yes.
John taught a segment on edible plants in your yard.
Hmm.
And so I kind of went off into the rabbit hole at that point. We started eating everything in our yard.
Yeah.
I told Brian, don't throw away those dandelions. We'll put them in the smoothie. And then I got a recipe for dandelion flour cookies. So I was making dandelion flour cookies. We were cooking everything in the yard.
Yeah, dandelion is maybe one of the top plants out there in your yard.
Yeah.
It is definitely the top plant that I guess society tells you to get rid of. But it is so good for you. Every part of the plant, the roots, the stem, the petals, the flowers, every part is good for you. So people should look it up. You need to look up any plant you're going to eat. You need to look it up, make
Yes.
sure it's edible, and all of that. But dandelion, go for it. That's a good one.
Yeah. It's amazing how nutritious they are.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Incredible. So many things I've learned at your camp. Making fire from two sticks and a rope.
Right. Yes,
That's an exciting moment, there.
it is. It is.
And then, of course, there's the music moments, the aha moments. And that's really cool to see. I mean, not only with me, but I have talked to any number of people who said that camp has transformed their lives.
Yeah, and of course I'm biased, but I see it happening every camp.
Oh,
And for
great.
me, the best thing about camp is I get to be at every one.
Yeah.
But really, even better than that is seeing the transformations, seeing people get it, and then take it with them and spread it around the world. And that's been really fascinating to see that growth in what you might first call students, and now we call them friends and colleagues. It's really nice
Oh,
to see.
great. Well, in my page with all the links, I have a link to Victor Wooten that'll link you to the Basin Nature Camp if
Oh,
you're
nice.
interested. And so I have that one, murielanderson.com/now. And so that's got all the links for various things.
Thank you.
Live live stream concerts that are coming up too. There's a bunch of them coming up. So and there's two that aren't yet listed. So please stay tuned. For that. Are you doing any live camps, live stream camps?
We did 4 this year,
Wow.
and we haven't announced it yet, but we're going to do another one in October. The dates
Oh.
will be released soon, and I'm doing this one centered mostly around my manager, my touring manager, who's also my sound man, um, and my booking agent. I want to help bands know how to represent themselves better. How do you tour? In other words, even if you go and play a gig at the corner bar, somebody, whether they know it or not, has done the tour managing job.
Yeah.
Whether you figure out what you're going to get paid, maybe you're playing just for drinks, which I don't recommend, but whatever's being figured out, that's the tour manager's job. And you may not even realize it. Well, there's a lot that a tour manager does. Where to park, is there food for us? How many people does it hold? What do we make? All that kind of stuff. And I want to help people look at that, because we're going to be coming back to playing shows and touring, um, in the near future.
Great.
And so I'm thinking we can do something that can help people be better at it, knowing how to ask for what you are worth.
Well, I've never seen a workshop on that. That's a cool idea. Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't seen it either, and I think it would really be good. But it came out of just realizing that not only are musicians out of work, people who manage musicians, sound men, crew for bands and shows and Broadway shows, people who do makeup backstage, or even the people who help you get dressed backstage at a Broadway show. All of these people are out of work. So, and just starting with the people closest to me, I'm thinking, how can I help them? And then I realized the skills that my manager has, and my sound guy, who's also my touring manager, so he does double duty, their skills are worth knowing and sharing. So we're going to build a camp around that. And then I can also talk about, leading a band, things that I've learned from Bela Fleck, things I've learned from my brothers,
Yeah.
and things like that.
Well, I ran into Bela when he was getting his banjo fixed, and I was able to tell him that I think that he's done more for music than anybody. He and the Flecktones, including you, of course, have really elevated music and created something unique that's not only fun to listen to, but it's extremely complex and high level of artistry.
Yeah.
And those things are hard to get together. Usually it's a high level of artistry or it's fun to listen to. But it's one of those rare things that it's really both, and both to the nth degree.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I thank you for that too. And I thank you for recognizing. I see my camera keep going away. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Okay, good. But I've learned so much from Bela. Not only musically, is kind of the given, but just how to be a band leader. One of the things that has always stuck with me that Bela said early on, he said, "I am a leader," talking about himself. He said, "I am a leader among equals."
Yeah.
And that let us know that we're his equals. He treats us as equals. Um, but when it comes down to one person having to make a decision, it's going to be him. And we all know that.
Yeah.
And we're all good with that. But we also know that we are invested in it. We have a say, and he honors what we have to say.
Yeah, he's just got a great sense of letting people's artistry show and build the music.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll share with you one thing that he does that I like to do now that I learned from him, is if he brings a new song to the band, he doesn't tell us anything about it. He just plays it, meaning he just plays his part.
Really?
So I get to hear it. I get a first impression. My first impression doesn't have to be what he told me it was. He doesn't tell me a key, a style, a time signature. He just starts playing. And in many cases, Muriel, the song has drastically changed. And even if it hasn't drastically changed, there are songs that we still play today where I hear it one way, literally in one key with one root. Bela hears it another way Roy used it in a different time signature on drums, and Howard just blowing a melody, on good old Jeff. But it
Yeah.
worked, totally worked.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let me play something that kind of happened that way. I came to record the Nightlight Daylight CD, and it started out as a lullaby CD for my friend Leo, our mutual friend. And oh yeah, you got it right there.
Yeah, I keep this close, man. This has been gifts for so many people. I love this CD.
Oh, great. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, a big part of it was your playing and Phil Keaggy's playing. I mean, that really transformed the music. And I came into your studio with this lullaby that I'd written the day before for Leo, and I didn't even know how it was going to end. So when you hit the record button, I didn't know what the ending was going to be. But hearing you do what you do on the bass, adding those little harmonics and everything, I came up with an ending by the time we finished the take. And so this is, I'll play a little bit for you here. I'll do a lullaby for Leo, the kind of the original form. This is Victor's solo.
That's a gorgeous song.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know if you
You
could hear
remember
the
that?
bass.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's it.
I was trying to play behind the beat because I know there's always a lag.
Yeah, there's a lag, so you have to know.
I was trying to play like a quarter note behind, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hands have been doing this really weird thing, and I've been trying to, as much during this off period, to give them a break and do
Hmm.
exercises to help them work right. A weird thing called dystonia, where they just don't respond. But anyway, yeah, I would play more. I would have played more, but
Yeah.
I'm just still working on the transformation or you know, having control over my fingers.
Well, you're allowed to take a break for a while,
Yeah,
and you have just a lot of interesting things to say. But let's say hello to some of our fans chirping in here. See here. Elizabeth from Verizon said to say hello to you.
Nice.
So, yes.
Yes.
So she was able to fix the signal here. So, let's see. Maria Mando Banjo. Let's see. Madeira Odette says hi. Doug Feinstein. Oh, yeah, he's here. Chris McDonald. Who has met us at the Lynn Guitar Festival in Wales. How about that? That is, I remember that. That was a fun festival. And, Fred Vanderbeek is here again. Tony Bernard, hi. Bill Franson, Todd Vogel, and Tom Hankinson says hi. Scotty Reed. Yeah, a lot of folks chirping in here.
Nice.
And Vic says hi from San Jose. Oh, and Heng Shur, my favorite Buddhist monk who plays the banjo, says hello from in Queensland. Yeah, so he's coming in way from Queensland. Wow.
Someone from Ireland? Really?
So, from New Zealand. Yeah. So, and Gail says hello. Gail White says hi. And she says, thank you for joining us, Victor, today.
I'm happy to be here. You have a very wide audience there, Muriel. I love it.
Yeah. So, I don't always need these, but sometimes I do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, it varies. I was thinking about the time that we had in recording Perfect 10, and Brian was there in the studio, Captain Brian, if you were following the captain's log from our sailing trip. He was filming some of that, and we have a little reenactment of Perfect 10. So we were in the studio together with Stanley Jordan.
Yes.
So you remember that. So I'm going to try to do a share screen and see if this will work for you.
Okay.
Okay. And I think you'll have fun with this. Okay, I'll need my glasses again. Make sure I give you the right spot. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Same base I was just holding.
The same bass. How about that?
I see it. I don't hear it.
Let's see. Oh, well, let me see. Let me see if I hang on just a second here.
Wow. That was here at the house.
Let me do a pause here and see if we can make sure that we're seeing it. Are you hearing it out there or just seeing it? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm only seeing it.
All right. So let me try this. See if we do it this way.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'll go to this and let's see if you hear it now.
I'm at 50 right now. That's 40.
And Stanley Jordan's trying out some parts.
Just a little less, 35 or something. Okay, now let me hear it with the track.
Okay, ready to go.
Here comes again. Here comes the count right here.
He's a perfect 10. He's what I like in a perfect 10. him now and then. Through the screen, he's looking back at me. Pixelated man, more than I can stand. When I see his smile, circuits all go wild. Through the screen, he's looking fine to me.
Yeah. How about that?
Wow. Man, I forgot all that was going on. Mark Kibble.
Yeah, Mark Kibble was doing all those vocals, and your brother Roy, Future Man, was doing the drums. And the song, it was written about people with a relationship via Skype, a digital relationship before they even met.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually Brian and me. And so I wrote that about Brian, and he was there photographing, and that was before we were officially together. We've been together now 6 years.
Wow.
So
you made it happen with the song.
I think the song helped out. It's nothing like writing a song for somebody. Kind of
great.
Pulls on their heartstrings a little.
Yay. That's beautiful.
So that's a bit of history right there.
Yeah.
And it was Mark Kibble or Roy, your brother, who first kind of said, "Hey, you and Brian are kind of sweet on each other, aren't you?" So
I could see either one of them saying that.
Yeah. So
great. That's
fun moments.
And
And I,
6 years later, still making
yeah,
cool music.
yeah, we're still just like new, just like sweethearts, just like from the beginning,
Exactly.
So
Good.
it's
Very
great,
good.
great that happens. And your whole family is just amazing. I mean, now a couple generations in, every one of your brothers is just so talented and unique. And now your kids are each doing just amazing things, and each one of them has found their own path. So it's incredible just to see your extended family.
Yeah, I am very lucky in that sense. I was literally just born into it. When I was born, they knew I was the bass player, and so I grew up with them as role models, and I still have them as role models. And two wonderful parents, and I just pass on to my kids as Joseph did to his kids the same stuff that we learned growing up. And that's really what my camps are about.
Oh
Music
yeah,
brings people there, but I wanted people to learn some of the things that I learned from my parents growing up. Being a good musician, yeah, is one thing, but being a good human being for the world is even a bigger, broader thing, and that's what our camps are really about.
wow. And I've always wondered. I mean, how did your parents do that? How did they get every one of their kids to be amazing? And now you all are doing it for another generation.
Yeah, well, it started with our parents not really caring what we did, meaning, yeah, play music, play sports, your choice, but who you are is what's going to drive that.
Hmm.
And they were so concerned and put their attention on who we were as people. And that was number one. And so you know, as us brothers, we've continued that. 'Cause all you got to do, if you want to be good at something, just keep doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really that easy. You have to put in work, but it's that easy. The process is easy. Repeat. Just keep doing it. So my mom would say, "Yeah, my boys are good. They should be as much as they do it." She said, "But what makes me happy is who they are as people." And because my parents knew they wouldn't always be here. And once we got old, their time, our time with our kids is very short. Kids get to be a teenager for a few short years, and so we want to instill in them the the goodness of who they are, so that they don't have to get self-worth from someone else, or they don't have to guard who they really are at the fear of someone not liking them. Once you love yourself, you see the love in everyone else, and it really doesn't matter as much. It does matter, but not as much what people think about you, because you realize that what they're really seeing is themselves, right?
Yeah.
That may be not easy to understand in the beginning, but it's the same as why, if you're having a bad day, you're going to see everything as negative that day, mostly.
Yeah.
But our parents knew that us five boys, especially, not to bring it to this level, but she knew what five black kids, boys, were going to be facing growing up in the 60s, my brother's 50s and 60s and 70s. She knew that we may be facing a world that didn't support us back. So we needed to support each other as a family unit, and to know and love who we were, even when the world doesn't love you back. But fortunately, especially because of music, because we were able to share our music with the world did love us back. And that has allowed us to actually help people, like you were talking about Bela Fleck using his music to actually, help things.
Yeah.
Musicians have a superpower that other people don't have.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's the fact that people will listen to whatever we say.
Yeah.
Right? Listening to that beautiful song you wrote and played right there. Nobody has to know what it was about. No one has to know anything about music, the chords, the scales, the techniques. We don't have to know anything to get the full effect of it. That's the power of music. We
Yeah.
don't have to understand the language to get the effect of the language. And that's powerful.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to be the best at that.
Yeah. That's great. Well, maybe I'll close out this little segment with one more tune, and I want to encourage everyone to check out the links on the. I think it's listed underneath there, murielanderson.com/now, and that'll bring you to Victor Wooten's site and his page. And also, oh yeah, and pick up Nightlight Daylight. Does yours still light, Brian?
Yeah, check it out. You
Oh,
can-
okay. Okay, push the moon real hard. Okay,
You
and
see
now
the stars.
the lights, the stars. Oh yeah, there you go. The stars and the fireflies are lighting up. So
Yeah, it's hard to see here, but
yeah, yeah. There we go. Now you see the shooting star.
yeah.
So still the only CD with fiber optics. So that was
There's double
a big project.
That's the night side and the day side. So music to sleep to and music to wake up to. Brilliant.
Well, thank you. It was just a labor of love, that album, and followed only by Acoustic Chef, different type of love.
Right.
To make that one. So please do check those out. And we had a lot of fun at the NAMM show, and I remember that one time that we got together with Minu Sinelo, a great percussionist, and Sehwang Kim from Korea, and it just jammed on a tune. And I'll play this, and we'll say a few hellos to people before we sign out. So let me see if I can do a share screen again, and find that for you. Make sure it's the right one. Okay. Daru Jones is on the drums. May want to take your headphones off a little bit. Oh, wasn't that fun?
You're bringing back good memories. Yeah,
That was a party.
yes, it was. Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
So we're all looking for that to come back. And
Yep, yep.
yeah, like you said
It
about your
will.
camp. Yeah.
It will.
Well, we've got the couple of things that are coming up here in October. We've got, well, actually, before that, on the 20th, there's a Women's Music Festival that I'll be part of. That's on the website there, and that's virtual, of course. 27th, Songwriters Workshop through True Fire. And there's some really great writers on there, and we had fun doing that. So we'll play the tunes and then discuss the whole process of writing songs. And then your camp coming up in October. You'll have an update on your site on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We'll be listing that soon.
And then a couple things that are not listed yet on my site. One thing we're looking at doing is a concert from the sailboat. So we're going to see if we can do that. So that's still in the process of putting together. And yeah, keep
Wow.
posted about that.
Very good. Very
So,
good.
yeah. Well, thank you so much. We'll say hi to a couple more folks. Alberto, and let's see. Yes. And let's see. Oh, we got some more here. And William says hi. Marianne. Okay. And oh, yeah, Marianne was talking about the music lesson, your book.
Yeah.
And she said she really liked that.
Very cool. Well, Marianne and everyone else, I am right now recording an audio version for the second book, which is the sequel. So I've written a sequel to the music lesson.
Oh, wow.
It's called The Spirit of Music. The lesson continues.
Wow.
So the new book, I will tell you this much: it starts right where the last one left off.
Wow, I need to get that.
And it goes further. And so we pushed the release date back to February because we wanted to avoid all the presidential election stuff. Let that go by. And so what we're going to do is have the audio version come out the same day, February 2nd.
Okay.
So The Spirit of Music. And I believe it is available for pre-order, either on my website at my merch store, Vix Merch, VIX merch.com.
And
But
where you
maybe
can also
on
get
Amazon.
the Victor Wooten Basin Nature Camp
Wow,
sweatshirt.
yeah, look at that.
I wear this all the time. So it's on these
Wooten
slightly
Woods.
chilly days here in Long Island. Yeah,
It's Wooten Woods. I love it.
that's right.
Yeah, I'm hoping hoping next year we can have people back at our property in Tennessee, and hopefully you can be there.
Oh, great.
And Brian needs to come also.
Yeah.
We don't we have a river, but I don't know that this sailboat can work on the river. But we are on the water, a little bit of water. But yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
lovely to have you all out there again.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. And everyone, greetings. Stop back the same time, same place on next Monday, and lots of things in between. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me, Muriel.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Vic.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.